the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, Mainers brace for a very strong storm today that could interfere with holiday travel plans.
Plus, a deal is reached in Baileyville that will keep mill workers on the job and off the picket line.
And we'll also hear about a big purchase of land in the Katahdin region that will keep the area open to the public.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. A powerful winter storm is moving its way into Maine today. It's expected to bring an icy mix to the state this morning before it turns to heavy rain and very strong winds later on in the day. Governor Mills and the Maine Emergency Management Agency have been urging people to get prepared. This is a look at the live camera posted along the Rockland Harbor. Some areas of the coast can expect wind gusts over 70 miles per hour, while inland areas could also receive very strong winds and flooding as well. As you can see there now, the rain has really just started. It's been bouncing that camera around for the last hour on and off.
It doesn't look like the winds are too strong quite yet,
though. Not too much. Later on today, it's supposed to really pick up.
Yep. There's a big concern about widespread power outages as we head into the holiday weekend. Authorities say with strong winds in the forecast, Maine people should remove objects in their yard that could become airborne, such as holiday decorations, shovels, and garbage cans on porches. Utility crews have also have additional workers on standby to respond to any downed trees. Of power lines, make sure you park carefully. Don't park it where any branches could come down, maybe break that skylight or damage the car at all. Many schools have also closed for the day. In Bangor, officials are also closing Kenduskeag Plaza to parking today because of the potential for flooding later on. Temperatures are also expected to drop significantly tonight, which could create some very icy driving conditions tomorrow morning.
Now, as I say, it really is the calm before the storm. We've been hearing that the last day or so, but boy, last night it was a storm at some of the local stores too. People stocking up, getting ready.
I know.
It was crazy.
I saw
a
bunch of people I knew yesterday, and it was busy, but I was like, oh, the whole community's out.
Yeah, it's something we need to take seriously. Unfortunately, Devin Biggs is standing by. He has more on what we can expect.
Yep.
Happy Friday. Look at this. A lot going on here this morning. We have high wind warnings up until 4 a.m. on Saturday. A wind advisory here for this area here until about 2 a.m. on Saturday. So basically between now and tomorrow morning, we'll be dealing with some strong gusty winds that can reach up to 55, even 60 miles per hour at times. So moving forward, though, we have plenty of alerts in effect. This is an aerial flood watch in effect in this shade right here. That right there, not dark green or coastal flood warnings because of the southerly southeast wind that could gust very strong and cause some of that water to get on shore. And a storm warning up until 4 a.m. Saturday for this area right about in here because of high surf. This is higher than a gale warning that is also up. And on top of that, further off toward the north, we also have a winter weather advisory that's in effect for some snow that will be expected and maybe some slippery roads from time to time. And that is also up until about 11 a.m. as we head towards your Friday, so later on this morning. So meanwhile, though, all this is starting to move in, a little bit of snow and a little bit of other precipitation tracking in from the south to the north. We'll see a lot of this change over to rain as temperatures start to climb. So any wintry mix we see this morning will switch over to all rain with some decent accumulations expected throughout the day as this big system right here continues to track off towards the north and east. So on top of that precipitation, we'll be watching for some strong gusty winds and damaging winds for that matter beginning to move in. Here's the wind. It'll be out of the east at times and switching directions. Sustained winds up to 30 miles per hour at times. Gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour will be possible. The winds will start to back off slowly as we head towards the afternoon period for your Saturday. The futurecast moving forward, heavy downpours possible today and also in the parts of tonight. Switching over to a little bit of snow as the cold front moves through, but most of the precipitation will be done as we head towards Saturday morning. Your forecast for today, lower 50s. That will feel nice, but it will be a wintry mix changing to rain with damaging winds possible and an east wind getting up to 55 miles per hour at times. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, plenty of rain, temperatures rising into the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Because of the major winter storm that's expected, Governor Janet Mills has closed all state offices today. And we want to, saying, quote, we want to make sure that the Maine people are safe heading into the holiday weekend. I continue to strongly urge folks to prepare for the storm, to take precautions, especially when traveling, and to check in on your family, friends, and neighbors.
Good advice. Well, as many begin the rush to their destinations in the following days, incoming weather could cause some flight delays and cancellations. Our Matthew Jaronczyk gives us advice on how to navigate through the busy holiday rush.
With Christmas just days away, those who are traveling are doing what they can to avoid the holiday rush.
We came like 3 hours earlier just to make sure that we are not caught up in traffic, there's no congestion, and everything is good.
Even with the harsh conditions forecasted for this weekend, travelers are still rolling the dice to reach their destinations.
AAA is forecasting that about 113 million Americans are going to be traveling 50 miles or more over the next 11 days.
Moody says the current stretch between Thanksgiving and New Year's this year is the third highest volume of travel since AAA began recording this information in 2000.
We're back to pre-pandemic travel levels, and we've known that this travel demand is pent up. So folks are wanting to get out there and travel.
And while there are many passengers that are concerned about the weather, others like Carly Merritt are looking forward to experiencing winter in Maine.
I was actually kind of really excited to go on it because I thought we would get to see the snow on the airplane, which we did get to see the snow, and it was super cool.
Bangor International Airport Director Tony Caruso has a few tips to make your trip less stressful.
Contact your airline now if you can, if you're concerned about your flights. And also download your airline's app. That's one of the best ways that the airline has to give you timely information, whether your flight's delayed or, canceled, and rebooking information there.
Matthew Dronsick, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A body was found in Bangor on Thursday. According to Bangor police, authorities were called to 1129 Union Street at 11:15 a.m. to investigate a body in the field near the airport. This was at the airport mall. Police found the deceased male in the field on the east side of the airport mall and positively identified him. They say the death does not appear suspicious and there's no danger to the public. At this time, the investigation is still ongoing and an autopsy will be conducted to determine the cause of death.
The charges have been upgraded for a Rumford man accused of killing his brother this week. 27-year-old Shay McKenna is now charged with manslaughter following the death of 23-year-old Drew McKenna. The siblings got into some sort of a confrontation Monday at a home on Route 2. Drew McKenna was shot during the fight and passed away the following day. Shay McKenna is now being held at the Oxford County Jail as police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding that deadly shooting.
A man accused of robbing a Bangor bank this week is expected to make his first court appearance today. Turns out this isn't the first time 32-year-old Donovan Steen has been charged with bank robbery. The Bangor Daily reports he was convicted 12 years ago of holding up the Penobscot County Federal Credit Union. On Tuesday, police say he robbed the Broadway branch of a Bangor savings bank, only to be captured the following morning near Dice Arts in Herman. Police haven't released any details about what happened inside the bank, including how much money was stolen. Steen will appear before a judge in Bangor today to determine if bail will be set in the case.
The Maine CDC is reporting the first flu-related child death of the flu season in the state. They say flu continues to spread at elevated levels all across Maine. The CDC says you should contact your medical provider immediately if you or your child experience difficulty or changes in breathing, bluish lips or face or chest pain. You should also seek medical attention if there is no urination in 8 hours or no tears when crying, if the person isn't alert or if they are having seizures. A fever above 104 or 104 degrees or a fever or cough that improves and then returns are also reasons to seek medical care. A lot of people are sick out there.
A strike at the Woodland Pulp Mill in Baileyville has been averted. According to United Steelworkers representative Mike Higgins, the organization overwhelmingly accepted the company's last proposal after voting for the past 2 days. The contract will last 3 years, dated back to August 31st of this year, and will include a 4% increase for the first year and a 3% increase for the second year and third years. It will also maintain existing health care benefits and retirement benefits for the entirety of the new contract. Even though the two sides were able to agree on a contract, USW Local 27 Representative Mike Higgins says there's still more work to be done.
We were looking for the company to step up and do a cost of living increase on top of the general wage increase. The company was not receptive to that. And in the end, we did not attain a cost of living raise. We're a little disappointed in that, but I'm very proud of my negotiating committee recognizing where we were at this point.
The 3-year contract is set to expire in July of 2024. Well, the time is now 6:10, and coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a nonprofit purchases a large tract of land in the Katahdin region, keeping it open to recreation for generations to come.
But first, another check of that forecast. Looks like a very messy day today. We can expect strong winds and very heavy rains later on. The temperatures will get up to an amazing 51 degrees. It'll cool off tonight with lows dipping down to around 15. Tomorrow, a much quieter day. It will be partly cloudy with highs near 23.
'Twas the week before Christmas. Seems the big national stores had quit. Their shelves kind of empty, as if to say, sorry, that's it. But Rennie's keeps pushing and filling their shelves with candy, food, toys, clothing, and everything else. Don't make the big box mistake or keep shopping online. Be safe and satisfied in this, the final stretch. It's Rennie's time.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
How do you figure that it's not your fault? If not yours, then whose?
Marilyn Millian.
Look, miss.
Don't call me miss, it's Judge.
Well, Miss Judge.
Not Miss Judge, just Judge.
The People's Court.
I like your style, Judge.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. The Office of the State Treasurer has something that could make someone's holiday a little brighter. They are currently holding more than $304 million worth of unclaimed property. Unclaimed property consists of money and other financial assets that are considered lost or abandoned when an owner cannot be located after a period of inactivity. Other things such as uncashed checks, life insurance policies, unpaid wages, refunds, and safe deposit box contents are also unclaimed property. The Treasurer's Office holds them free of charge until an owner or heir can claim them. To find out if you have any unclaimed property, you can go to maineunclaimedproperty.gov and then simply look up your name.
There's a new movement to help families facing eviction. Yesterday, a group gathered outside the Portland's District Court demanding action. With the end of the pandemic, federal rental assistance, families all over Maine are being evicted from their homes and at a very fast rate. The eviction court has been holding up multiple eviction cases a day. Yesterday, they had 60 cases alone. At the rally yesterday, families, advocates, and elected leaders gathered to show their support and calling for a statewide action for those being affected.
The effect of homelessness, the effect of eviction, the effect of the stress that people are under trying to pay these crazy rent prices or find an apartment or a house that they can afford is a stress that takes over your life.
With the affordability gap widening, advocates are demanding for new housing laws and safe and affordable housing for all Mainers. One lawmaker is introducing a bill called Housing Opportunity for Maine Act, which she says will put rent in reach for more Mainers and protect against discrimination.
More than $36 million for Maine public safety facilities and equipment is in the funding package that passed the Senate. 27 Maine communities have projects that will benefit from the funding, including a fire station addition in Dedham, a new police station in Caribou, a new fire station to replace the 175-year-old structure in Bradford, and replacing an old fire station that is in disrepair in Plymouth. Money to help construct a facility to house Belfast fire, police, and ambulance at a single location is also included. Senator Susan Collins is a senior member of the Senate Appropriations Committee and made the announcement earlier yesterday. The funding bill will now be passed by the House before heading to the president's desk to be signed into law. Certainly promising news for all of those agencies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the time now is 6:14. Coming up after the break, a special project at Jackson Laboratory that could lead to breakthroughs in genetic research.
Plus, a large portion of land in the Katahdin area recently was purchased for the sake of preservation. Details on these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
She's the American teacher detained in Russia for almost a year, released the same day as Brittany Griner, and now her first emotional network TV interview.
You said you were angry. Who are you angry at?
This morning, only on ABC's Good Morning America.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our new Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal Call, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
Trent. Will Trent.
Name?
Special Agent Will Trent.
Will can teach you to see things that no one else does.
I bet I can solve this tonight.
He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
Boom.
Will Trent premieres January 3rd on ABC.
A large portion of Maine land was recently acquired by a national nonprofit for preservation. David Ledford has the story.
On December 21st, the Trust for Public Land purchased 31,367 acres from Conservation Resources, a timber investment management organization. The acquired land is south of the Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument. According to Trust for Public Land Maine State Program Director Betsy Cook, the goal is to develop access to the Katahdin Woods and Waters for Millinocket and East Millinocket communities. The land includes forests, rivers, and streams, as well as multiple wildlife and fish habitats.
Trust for Public Land is looking to ensure that there can be continued use of these trails and that many of the communities connected to the land will be able to stay connected to it for generations to come.
Cook says that opening access for this area would provide economic benefits to the towns as well. Gail Fanjoy, a lifelong resident of Millinocket and former town council member, encourages residents to embrace the upcoming changes.
I think people will be surprised. I think they'll be happy. I hope that they will see the benefit that it will bring to our communities.
The trust hopes to raise $32 million over the next few years to support permanent protection for the land and maintain the area as a cultural resource. To support the protection of the Katahdin Wilderness, visit tpl.org.
Well, meanwhile, in other news, a local research institute has gained global recognition for its database. Devin Dagnall met with one of the professors that helped amass the decades of research.
The Global Biodata Coalition has recognized Jackson Laboratory's mouse genome database by including it in its global core biodata resources. According to Jackson Laboratory, the list is a collection of resources whose long-term funding and sustainability is critical to life science and biomedical research worldwide. The Mouse Genome Database, or MGD, has been an ongoing project of Jackson Laboratory for the past 30 years.
It's a comprehensive, curated database that is the knowledge about what mouse genes do functionally and how that relates to human genetics.
That's Carol Bolt, a professor at Jackson Laboratory who, for the past 25 years, has worked with the laboratory to compile that information for researchers to use.
So it's really important to have a database like the Mouse Genome Database that captures the information in a way that makes it easy for researchers to find knowledge about what genes do and how they relate to human biology and disease.
According to Bolt, being acknowledged by the GBC gives Jackson Laboratories database a seal of approval that tells researchers and institutes around the world that their information is on par with the highest standard. This seal will also help the laboratory leverage more funding to further their work. Bolt says that receiving this recognition is incredibly validating after decades of work, but it couldn't have been done alone.
It's a great honor, but it's really more about recognition of the software engineers and the curators who work every day to make sure that the information in this resource is as high quality as it can be. And it's also a testament to the adaptability of the team.
For ABC7 and Fox 22, I'm Devin Dagnalt.
Doing some amazing work there.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's fascinating. Well, the time is now 6:20.
It's time to get a full look at our very messy weather forecast. Here's Devin.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. High wind warnings are in effect until 4 a.m. on Saturday because of high winds up to 60 miles per hour are possible. This right here is a wind advisory that's in effect until 2 a.m. for you Saturday. For that little area right about in there, as we'll be dealing with some strong winds as well, but not as strong as what the high wind warning is up for. Let's zoom things in even more. Plenty of alerts in effect. This right here is an aerial flood watch because of those heavy downpours. 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches cannot be ruled out there. On top of that, we have the storm warning in effect for this area right about in here, and that will last until about 4 a.m. on Saturday also. This is worse than a gale warning would be issued. Well, otherwise, though, on top of that, we also have a winter weather advisory because of some snow expected this morning and some other icy precipitation located right about in here. So we'll see this getting trimmed back as the temperatures rise and everything starts to melt away. Let's zoom things out. Lots of advisories here. The computer really has to pull all of this in for a good part of the country. Look at all this right here. From high wind warnings in our neck of the woods, we have wind chill warnings and advisories further down to the south, hard freeze watches and warnings, blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings. You get the idea. This is a very big system, a big sharp blast of cold Arctic air, and everyone's starting to feel it, at least right now. Let's get things rolling right here. We're watching that wind shear mix that continues to move in, with snow tracking off towards the north across a good part of the state because temperatures are still rather cool, but we're going to be watching this rain moving in as temperatures will be rising above freezing and eventually into the 50s. Here's the system right here. We're watching all this right here. It's tracking off towards the north and east, and it's stretching all the way down, further down toward the south. But most of the action is heading up towards the north and east, so travel will be a nightmare, especially today and tomorrow with the gusty winds. So definitely hold off on traveling today if you can with the strong winds. But if you do have to travel, definitely be careful. Allow extra time because that wind will be tough. Otherwise, though, plenty of rain lasting through parts of today. And then tonight, the cold front moves in later on time, maybe a little bit of snow shower action afterward. But once you get that through by Saturday morning, most of the snow will be done. Just some clouds holding on, and of course, plenty of wind that we'll still to watch out for as well as the system continues to move away slowly but surely. So, of course, it looks a little bit like this. So we have a little bit of snow that will be expected right about in here in the northern ends of the state. But once that cold front moves through later on tonight, maybe a little bit of snow can't be ruled out either further down to the south. Nothing too ridiculous, maybe a half inch or less if you're lucky before we're all finished up there. Zooming things out real quick, this area of low pressure will track off towards the north and east. Here's Saturday morning, Christmas Eve. And again, most of the action will be done in the precipitation department. Still just dealing with that wind with a mixture of clouds and sun. And that'll be the same general idea as we head towards your Sunday with a mixture of clouds and sun, and the wind slowly starting to back off as we head towards Monday morning. So again, how much rain? Decent rainfall on the way, 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches before we're all finished up. And this is on top of what's already fallen. So plenty of rainfall on the way as we continue to move forward. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, that wind shear mix switching to rain. Some damaging winds possible with that east wind getting up to about 55 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mid-teens, rain changing to snow with damaging winds again. We're going to feel this temperature change tonight. The southwest wind getting up to about 60 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, lower 20s, partly cloudy. The southwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And your extended forecast. So here we go. The weekend looking better, partly cloudy, temperatures in the 20s. Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 20s. A slight chance for snow on Tuesday, highs in the upper 20s. Today and tomorrow, be careful with power outages with winds that could gust up to 55 to 60 miles per hour, with winds starting to back off on Saturday.
Merry Christmas to all our friends and customers from McCusick Petroleum, 32 Summer Street, Dover, Foxcroft. Happy holidays from Leo & Sons Auto Repair, a family-owned business providing fast and dependable auto repair services. Happy holidays from your neighborhood pharmacy, Carol Drug. With a little bit of everything, you are sure to leave with what you need.
Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
at Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
The powerful winter storm that is wreaking havoc across the country is throwing a wrench in holiday plans, with experts telling many people that it's best to avoid traveling if possible. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has more from Newark Liberty International Airport.
Forecasters say it's shaping up to be one of the worst winter storms in decades, affecting millions nationwide ahead of the holidays.
You're supposed to be used to it, but you never get used to it. Not this anyway. This is real cold. This is frigid.
A powerful and life-threatening winter storm is causing havoc across the country, bringing intense winds, extremely low temperatures, snow, and freezing rain to portions of the West, Midwest, Great Plains, Gulf Coast, and eastern United States.
Trying to shovel in little bits at a time because it's so cold out, but more tomorrow too, I'm expecting.
So far, thousands of flights have been canceled during one of the busiest travel weeks as frustration grows.
We've been here for like an hour and a half now. Nobody's been answering our questions. They just send us to like 4 different places.
I'm gonna sleep in the airport.
A blast of Arctic air is only making things worse. The National Weather Service placing more than half of the U.S. population under wind chill alerts, with some regions experiencing a roughly 50-degree drop in temperature. Across the Gulf Coast, the extreme cold spell has residents seeking warming shelters.
I'm gonna charge up all my electronic devices. I'm gonna make sure I'm warm. I'm gonna eat all my snacks, and I'm going to stay here as long as I can.
Heavy rain, meanwhile, has communities along the East Coast worried about flooding, as crews also prep for dangerous black ice.
Conditions are expected to remain dicey heading into the weekend. Local and federal officials are advising people to heed warnings, give yourself time to get to a destination, or avoid traveling if you don't have to. At Newark Liberty International Airport, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the Senate has broken a legislative logjam that threatened to hold up passage of a $1.7 trillion federal funding bill for the next year. The next stop is the raucous House, where, with a winter storm looming, quick passage is virtually assured, but not guaranteed. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has the latest.
Agreed to. The Senate finally passed a massive $1.7 trillion government funding bill.
A lot of ups and downs, but at the end, a great result that really helped the American people.
The holdup was a dispute over the border, and that delay put the government at risk for a shutdown.
Title 42 has become the only sustained control we have over illegal immigration.
Republican Senator Mike Lee wanted an amendment added to the omnibus to preserve Title 42, a health policy that expedites the deportation of migrants.
The amendment is not agreed to.
The Senate voted that down and voted on more than a dozen other amendments in rapid-fire succession, racing to avoid getting trapped in Washington by a wicked winter storm. The legislation is filled with other kitchen sink priorities like a TikTok ban on government devices and billions for Ukraine.
I thank every American family.
The spending bill now moves to the House, but lawmakers are preparing a short-term deal to fund the government through Christmas in case the final package is not signed by Friday at midnight. Some House Republicans were hoping to wait to negotiate a long-term deal until next year when they are the majority.
This is bloated. It should not move forward.
We want people to be able to go home, and as you know, there's storms across America, and hopefully that will be a motivation.
House passage is one of the final hurdles for Speaker Nancy Pelosi before her leadership role comes to an end. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
I have a feeling the House will pass that pretty quickly today.
Yep. Sounds like progress either way. Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll have your community calendar for the holiday weekend.
Plus, we'll hear from Maine Army National Guard soldiers overseas who wanted to wish everyone at home a very Merry Christmas. That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home or place of business? With at-home furniture, appliance, and bedding, and kitchen and bath and flooring, we offer a great selection to do just that. From homeowners to commercial businesses and everything in between, our friendly professionals with more than 50 years of combined experience pride themselves in going above and beyond to work with you every step of the way. And we even offer a full-service appliance repair department. Come and visit us at our Dover Foxcroft or our new Lincoln location. Stop in either location today and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Planning your holiday meals and parties? Don't forget about visiting WVII & Sons in Bangor, just minutes from the Broadway exit in the Beaumark Industrial Park. Come see why WVII was voted best butcher shop in Bangor as you get your filet strips of ribeyes custom cut by professional butchers. Try one of their famous honey glazed spiral hams or smoked turkey or chicken. Open on site Monday through Friday. Maine products made by Maine people. WVII & Sons. Quality meats since 1860.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Friday, December 23rd, 2022. There are just 8 days left in the year. Seinfeld fans will also recognize this day as Festivus, one of my favorite episodes. It gives people who aren't into Christmas and traditional holidays a non-commercial holiday to call their own. I think they celebrate with a Festivus pole. Isn't that how George wanted it done?
Or his
it was
dad.
George's dad.
I know,
That's
and
right.
he's passed away the past couple years. But no, George's dad was probably one of my favorite characters.
What a funny
that energy,
thing, though.
it's insane.
So happy Festivus, everyone.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
yet.
Me either.
I did them all last year, so I don't know. Everything's perfect right now. So.
Yep.
No,
of course.
typical stuff.
Yeah.
Get healthier. I do that every year, and sometimes I. How about you?
Don't eat chocolate for dinner type thing.
That's the thing I need to work on. I need to work on eating healthier.
Hey, if that's the thing, I think that's all. That's a reasonable.
bad,
Yeah. If that's your problem right now, you're doing well.
I was doing so well until I started here a few months ago, and now my whole system. I get up at 3 in the morning now, so everything's out
I'm
of
the
whack.
same way. Two people who used to work on their feet, now they're sitting down. It's a
Yep.
hard transition.
Yeah, and my waist is getting bigger too.
Oh yeah,
so.
I'm there too.
Yep.
Over the past 6 months. Yep. It's okay. It's winter warmth.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I need it for survival.
Right.
That's it.
Yes, I agree. Well, on this day in history, in 1783, George Washington resigned as commander of the Continental Army and retired to his home in Mount Vernon, Virginia. And in 1823, a poem about a visit from St. Nicholas was first published in New York, but is more popularly known now as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That one's awesome.
Used to read that to my little girls every Christmas Eve.
I like that tradition.
Yeah.
That's a good tradition. And in 1954, the first successful human kidney transplant was carried out in our very own Northeast Boston.
Pretty cool.
We're quite lucky to be close to such a medical hub.
Yeah. Today's birthdays include rocker Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, who is 58. Soap star Susan Lucci is 76. You didn't know who she was, but she was huge stuff on All My Children for many years. She was like one of the longest running soap actresses and whatever.
Cool.
So,
At least I know who Eddie Vedder is.
Yeah, there you go. And you might know, Canadian actor Finn Wolfhard. Have you watched Stranger Things on Netflix?
Yes.
He's one of those kids.
And he's 20
And
years
he's
old?
20 years old now.
That's
They
crazy.
were all, I don't know, like 12 it seems, or whatever. But now they're,
actually,
now they're 20 years old.
Wow.
You may not recognize his name, but you'd recognize his picture for sure.
Absolutely.
If you saw it. So,
Absolutely. I love that crew. That show was great.
Yeah. Hey, the weather.
It's crazy.
You got to feel for all the linemen out there getting
Yeah.
ready for the weekend ahead. I have a feeling they're going to be away from their families this weekend. They have the potential for some widespread power outages, as we've said, and I don't know. You just have to feel for them.
A new national holiday we should put in today. Buy a lineman a coffee and a
That's
donut.
a great idea.
Yep.
Pat them on the back, give them a wave.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Look at this. A lot going on here this morning. We have high wind warnings up until 4 a.m. on Saturday. A wind advisory here for this area here until about 2 a.m. on Saturday. So basically between now and tomorrow morning, we'll be dealing with some strong gusty winds that can reach up to 55, even 60 miles per hour at times. So moving forward, though, we have plenty of alerts in effect. This is an aerial flood watch in effect in this shade right here. That right there, not dark green or coastal flood warnings because of the southerly southeast wind that could gust very strong and cause some of that water to get on shore. And a storm warning up until 4 a.m. Saturday for this area right about in here because of high surf. This is higher than a gale warning that is also up. And on top of that, further off toward the north, we also have a winter weather advisory that's in effect for some snow that will be expected and maybe some slippery roads from time to time. And that is also up until about 11 a.m. as we head towards your Friday, so later on this morning. So meanwhile, though, all this is starting to move in, a little bit of snow and a little bit of other precipitation tracking in from the south to the north. We'll see a lot of this change over to rain as temperatures start to climb. So any wintry mix we see this morning will switch over to all rain with some decent accumulations expected throughout the day as this big system right here continues to track off towards the north and east. So on top of the precipitation, we'll be watching for some strong gusty winds and damaging winds for that matter beginning to move in. Here's the wind. It'll be out of the east at times and switching directions. Sustained winds up to 30 miles per hour at times. Gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour will be possible. The winds will start to back off slowly as we head towards the afternoon period for your Saturday. For Futurecast moving forward, heavy downpours possible today and also in the parts of tonight. Switching over to a little bit of snow as the cold front moves through, but most of the precipitation will be done as we head towards Saturday morning. Your forecast for today, lower 50s. That will feel nice, but it will be a wintry mix changing to rain with damaging winds possible and an east wind getting up to 55 miles per hour at times. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, plenty of rain, temperatures rising into the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Well, now let's take a look at the community calendar. I know a wrench may be thrown in those plans, but still, there's a bunch of services going on for Christmas still. All right, so today, Friday, December 23rd, Ugly Christmas Sweater Night at Mad Cat & Company Bar and Grill and Brewer, noon through last call. Join the Mad Cat staff in wearing the ugliest Christmas sweater you can get your hands on. And another ugly Christmas sweater party at Stone Tree Farm and Cidery in Unity from 4 p.m. through 8 p.m. Wear your best ugly Christmas sweater and be entered to win a Stone Tree gift basket and receive discounted purchases. Fire pits will be lit and wine will be flowing. And Christmas dance party at Penobscot Poorhouse in Bangor, 9 p.m. through last call. Also, okay, so this is all Christmas Eve, Saturday. Christmas services, Discover Church, Maine, 3 p.m. through 4 p.m. That's in Hamden. No services on Christmas Day for that church. Christmas Eve service at St. John's Episcopal Church in Bangor, 3:45 and 9:45. Two different services. And a Christmas Eve candlelight service at Glenburn Evangelical Church at 5 p.m. tomorrow. No biblical mandate, but serves as a reminder about the true central focus of Christmas. And the Christmas Lights Walking Forest Trail, Christmas at the Christmas Forest LLC in Perry, 5 p.m. through 7 p.m. tomorrow. Christmas lights display, walking trails through the forest. And Christmas Eve candlelight service at Stockton Springs Community Church at 6:30 tomorrow. That ends at 7. Caroling, cookies, and cocoa at the Little River Church in Belfast at 7 p.m. Christmas songs, readings, and lighting of candles, and cookies and cocoa after the activities. And a candlelight service at the All Souls Congregational Church in Bangor at 11 p.m. That's the late night service that I found for all of you guys. And sing carols at St. John's. This one's on Christmas Day. St. John's Catholic Church in Bangor at 9:30 a.m. on Christmas Day. On Sunday, adult and youth choirs, cantor singers present from the present, past, and future. Choir booklets with familiar carols will be on hand. And a free community dinner at 39 Wild Bethel Lane in Cherryfield, 3:30 p.m. through 5 p.m. All right. So if you missed the information on any of those things, that will be posted on our website. So you can find all the information for that stuff.
And you may want to check ahead before you go to any of them, depending on what the storm does with power outages and stuff like that. And you may not want to be walking through the lighted forest.
Or driving.
With hurricane force winds tonight either. So
we'll see.
Just plan ahead. Although it might make it kind of cool, too. So
if you like danger.
Back with sports after this.
Portal Call in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports, including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, Man Bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portal Call, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Napa knows great holiday savings. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has the perfect gift for everyone this year. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort. Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. And stay warm even longer with a free battery when you purchase any M12 heated gear. Find the perfect gift this holiday season for you or anyone on your list. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Hammond Lumber Company is honored to be named one of the best places to work in Maine. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. We will start on the gridiron. The University of Maine announced their early recruiting class for the fall of 2023 on Thursday. They did pretty well in the early signing period. The Black Bears signed 16 high school seniors to start their careers in 2023, with a few Mainers on the list too. Cape Elizabeth's Nick Laughlin and Wells's Michael Lewinsky were both on that list, with even more Mainers on the recruiting radar too. And York native and Maine head coach Jordan Stevens believes keeping talent in-house is a main priority for the program.
It's important that we keep the best players in the state of Maine here at the University of Maine. I mean, that's a place of importance that I've placed on recruiting here, is making sure that we are able to get and retain all the talent in the state. So, starting with Nick Laughlin, a great young man with a great family. Michael Lewinsky from Wells High School, another great family as well. I'm really just looking forward to working with those guys and get them even back up here in the spring to get around us more.
Brotherhood was a staple for Coach Stevens. In his first season at the helm, he really instilled that principle. And that theme continued over his first full off-season and recruiting period as he and his coaches begin to build bonds early on. And he hopes that these bonds will transfer to the team at large and lead to success in the future.
Relationships within our team are just as important in having the understanding of who we are and that those bonds, that trust, that belief, and making sure that the leaders are able to carry out those messages is going to be vital in our success moving forward.
Looking forward to see what they can do in the fall. All right, let's go to some high school sports now. Some girls basketball action down in Ellsworth to start us off. Eagles looking to stay unbeaten. Presque Isle, they are coming down east to pay the Eagles a visit, and this one was close early. We'll start late first. Eagles down. Grace Jaffray off the Lily Bean inbound with the left to pull it within 2. Second quarter we go now. Presque Isle is up, and the bank is open. Rosalind Buck with a deep 3 right off the glass puts them up 5. But it would be all Ellsworth from there. 4 to go in the half. A.B. Riddell nails a 3 of her own. Eagles lead under a minute in the half. Jaffray with a chance underneath. She gets 2 rebounds in a row and finally knocks it down. Eagles were up 3 at the half, but they dominate the second and win 66-39. Let's go to a big double-A matchup up here. Oxford Hills and Hamden Academy going at it. The stable is packed for this one. Both teams ready to go. In the first, Zach McLaughlin, pull-up midi. He's got it. Vikings now. Tanner Bickford to Taylor Pelletier inside for 2. And that is what was going on all night long. Broncos now. McLaughlin on the break. He finds J.J. Wolfington, bucket for the big man. And then look at this play from Pelletier on the fast break of his own. A behind the back pass. He gets the offensive rebound off of the miss, puts it in, and 1. Vikings go on to win 69-42. Now, for the game of the night on paper, top 2 teams in A North. Brewer visiting Coney. First quarter, Coney's Parker Sargent pulls up right in the defense's face. He drains the 3-pointer. It would go back and forth early on, midway through the second here. Brewer leading. Braden Carter, Brock Flagg. He swishes one from deep. And then later in the second, Flagg again with a pass to a cutting Brady Saunders for the lay-in. Brewer up 9 at the half, but the second half, they turned it on. Third quarter now, Brewer up 16. Flagg with the rebound. Out to Cam Hughes, out to Brady Saunders for 3. Saunders 31 points on the night. Witches roll the rest of the way. They win 94-44. All right, moving on to some football now. We are at must-win time for the Patriots. They are at 7-7 and vying for a wild card spot. Oh, how the tables have turned, right? And now, after an ugly loss, stop me if you've heard this before, they are on to Cincinnati, Saturday at 1. New England is currently out of the playoffs, but not totally eliminated from contention. Loss last week didn't really help them. Cincy, meanwhile, sits at 10-4, and they're coming off of a win against Tom Brady and the Bucs. They're in the top spot in the AFC North, with just 3 games left. New England needs to win to make the playoffs, needs to win out to make the playoffs. And after the Bengals, they get Miami and Buffalo to close out the year, 2 AFC East rivals. Jones was asked just how significant is Saturday's game, and this was his answer.
I think every game is a big game, right? I know everybody says that every week, right? But this one especially, just to show our resiliency and just to bounce back and stay positive with one another and go out there and compete. And we know that they're a great football team on the other side, and definitely starts with us like it does every week. And I feel like we want to put our best 60 out on the field.
Best 60 out on the field every week, and now it's time to put their money where their mouth is, or whatever that old saying is. 3 wins, and you're in. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
We started Fairway Auto Sales because it was a dream of mine to have my own place. I'd worked for dealerships for over 20 years. My wife, Nicole, encouraged me to go out on my own. At Fairway, you're going to get an honest transaction from start to finish.
When you come to Fairway Auto Sales, you should expect to be greeted by the owners. We'll take you out on the lot. We're going to look at each vehicle and see which one fits you and your family. We like to say, come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than just a tagline. It's the way we do business.
Happy holidays from the crew at Muffler King Auto in Newport. Tuition-free college courses for high school students online at Maine's top-tier research university. Apply for spring, umaine.edu/earlycollege. Happy holidays from Sear North Star Tours, offering the Quebec Winter Carnival in February and Annie the Musical February 25th.
Wings, Wings, Wings is hiring, hiring, hiring.
Come work at Wings, Wings, Wings.
Wings is #1.
Wings does case management.
Bring hope to families by working at Wings, Wings, Wings.
I work at Wings.
I work at Wings.
Come work at Wings.
Wings, 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 ranked one of the best places to work in Maine for the last 5 years in a row.
Maine Army National Guard soldiers of the 120th Regional Support Group, who are stationed in Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, created a video to wish everyone at home a Merry Christmas. Let's take a look.
Merry Christmas from Poland! Hey, Jess, Cambry, Kellen. Just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas from half a world away. Sorry I couldn't be there this year, but I'll be there next year with you guys. Love you. Have a good holiday. We'll see you soon.
I am Staff Sergeant Nader.
And I'm Chief Martins.
I'm Sergeant Chang.
And from everyone here in Latvia, we'd like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone back home.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you to my friends and family for your continuous love and support.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Justin Mason.
Merry Christmas from your favorite mayor cell.
From the best mayor cell.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
I'd like to wish them a very Merry Christmas also.
And thank you for your service.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Or nope, it's time for weather again. Here's Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. High wind warnings are in effect until 4 a.m. on Saturday because of high winds up to 60 miles per hour are possible. This right here is a wind advisory that's in effect until 2 a.m. for you Saturday. For that little area right about in there, as we'll be dealing with some strong winds as well, but not as strong as what the high wind warning is up for. Let's zoom things in even more. Plenty of alerts in effect. This right here is an aerial flood watch because of those heavy downpours. 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches cannot be ruled out there. On top of that, we have the storm warning in effect for this area right about in here, and that will last until about 4 a.m. on Saturday also. This is worse than a gale warning would be issued. Well, otherwise, though, on top of that, we also have a winter weather advisory because of some snow expected this morning and some other icy precipitation located right about in here. So we'll see this getting trimmed back as the temperatures rise and everything starts to melt away. Let's zoom things out. Lots of advisories here. The computer really has to pull all of this in for a good part of the country. Look at all this right here. From high wind warnings in our neck of the woods, we have wind chill warnings and advisories further down to the south. Hard freeze watches and warnings, blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings. You get the idea. This is a very big system, a big sharp blast of cold Arctic air, and everyone's starting to feel it, at least right now. Let's get things rolling right here. We're watching that wind shear mix that continues to move in, with snow tracking off towards the north across a good part of the state because temperatures are still rather cool, but we're going to be watching this rain moving in as temperatures will be rising above freezing and eventually into the 50s. Here's the system right here. We're watching all this right here. It's tracking off towards the north and east, and it's stretching all the way down, further down toward the south. But most of the action is heading up towards the north and east, so travel will be a nightmare, especially today and tomorrow with the gusty winds. So definitely hold off on traveling today if you can with the strong winds. But if you do have to travel, definitely be careful. Allow extra time because that wind will be tough. Otherwise, though, plenty of rain lasting through parts of today. And then tonight, the cold front moves in later on tonight, maybe a little bit of snow shower action afterward. But once you get that through by Saturday morning, most of the snow will be done. Just some clouds holding on, and of course, plenty of wind that we'll still to watch out for as well as the system continues to move away slowly but surely. So, of course, it looks a little bit like this. So we have a little bit of snow that will be expected right about in here in the northern ends of the state. But once that cold front moves through later on tonight, maybe a little bit of snow can't be ruled out either further down to the south. Nothing too ridiculous. Maybe a half inch or less if you're lucky before we're all finished up there. Zooming things out real quick, this area of low pressure will track off towards the north and east. Here's Saturday morning, Christmas Eve. And again, most of the action will be done in the precipitation department. Still just dealing with that wind with a mixture of clouds and sun. And that'll be the same general idea as we head towards your Sunday with a mixture of clouds and sun, and the wind slowly starting to back off as we head towards Monday morning. So again, how much rain? Decent rainfall on the way, 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches before we're all finished up. And this is on top of what's already fallen. So plenty of rainfall on the way as we continue to move forward. So your forecast for today, lower 50s, that wind shear mix switching to rain. Some damaging winds possible with that east wind getting up to about 55 miles per hour. Later on tonight, mid-teens rain changing to snow with damaging winds again. We're going to feel this temperature change tonight. The southwest wind getting up to about 60 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, lower 20s, partly cloudy. The southwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And your extended forecast. So here we go. The weekend looking better, partly cloudy, temperatures in the 20s. Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 20s. A slight chance for snow on Tuesday, highs in the upper 20s. Today and tomorrow, be careful with power outages with winds that could gust up to 55 to 60 miles per hour, with winds starting to back off on Saturday.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza invites you to host your next event with us. We are much more than just a bar. Our event room is designed to host any type of event, formal or casual. Family gatherings, birthday parties, corporate parties, club meetings, fundraisers, or weddings and receptions. We've got you covered. Our open floor plan can adequately seat 100 or more people, and we can assist you with food, drinks, and entertainment as well. Call or visit our website today.
Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from Nana's Attic and Then Some, now open in the Mill Mall, Ellsworth. We have antiques, treasures, collectibles, furniture, and more. Make Complete Tire Incorporated your next stop for new tires, quality maintenance, and professional auto repair services, located in Ellsworth.
We call this home. From the country to the mountains and to the sea, our seasons teach us humility. Our traditions endure, and always there is family. Through and through, we are Maine, and we thank you for shopping locally. Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
It's the NBA on Christmas Day. See the first set, I feel like I might call the play.
It's NBA Christmas Day. 5-star studded matchups all day long, beginning at noon on ESPN and ABC.
The Maine Department of Transportation is sharing the holiday spirit by sharing reminders to drive safe. Their highway signs have phrases like Santa sees when you're speeding and best unopened gift, your airbag, among others. The creative minds at the DOT have safety reminders like these with each major holiday. That being said, conditions are likely to be especially bad for driving this weekend. Stay safe out there, and of course, we hope you have a great holiday. I love those signs.
I do too.
Yeah.
They're creative.
Kind of makes you chuckle as you're driving along.
I appreciate them. It adds an element of human to it.
Yeah.
Well, Hefty is creating a way to carry out snacks in style. That's something we should be interested in.
Right? We like snacks.
Yeah. Hefty's snack scarf comes with secret pockets lined with storage bags. Sorry, is Hefty the trash bag company?
So,
this is interesting. They're branching out to easily carry any food out of a holiday party. If you want to steal from your local party, Hefty's got you covered. The scarf will help people enjoy their favorite foods at the party and at home. According to the company, the snack scarf is in limited supply and available to purchase for $2.78. Wow, a bargain.
Yeah.
This is on heftysnackscarf.com.
Of course, as you're walking out and your scarf's all full of grub, it kind of looks a little funny. So, yeah.
Maybe
what will
just
they think
ask
of next?
first. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a great gift.
I'm kind of known around my family for a guy that likes pocket snacks, so I'd be all for the snack scarf.
I know. Thankfully, it's appropriate for women to have purses, so I can just have snacks all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did you know your defroster in your car works as a great burrito warmer, too? So,
good
and
idea.
a guy like me who spends a lot of time in the car, you learn how to do these kinds of things.
At least it's not the exhaust.
Yeah, throw it up. You have to turn it every now and then, crank it up high, and then you can enjoy your nice warm burrito.
Good
That's
Morning
it for now,
America
folks.
is up next.
Have a great day.
Have a good one. Happy holidays.
Step inside. Sit back. Kick back. Make yourself comfy. Make yourself cozy. Make life simple by choosing Patriot Homes to build and customize your new modular home. From decks, kitchen, and baths, remodeling garages, roofing, and siding. Let us help you design, plan, and build your dream home today. At your door and at your service, Patriot Homes, Eastern Maine's premier home builder.
Happy holidays from Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not only a tagline, it's the way we do business. Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store, now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from our family at Zeppa's New York Pizza. Wishing all a great 2023.
The biggest sale of the year starts right now, and it's only